Hello, my fellow angling enthusiasts and friends. It's your fishing buddy, back with the latest scoop and some red-hot tips for what promises to be a truly intriguing day on the water. We're diving deep into the forecast for November 14th, 2025 across the beautiful United Kingdom. This isn't just another chilly autumn day, my friends. This day might just surprise you with its hidden potential, a day of subtle challenges and rewarding catches if you know where to look. Stick with me because I'm going to share all the secrets to turning these conditions into your next big fishing story. First, let's talk about our finned friends and the tactics that will put them in your net. We'll focus on some true UK champions this time of year. Our first target is the mighty Pike. Friends, November is prime time for these freshwater apex predators as they really start to bulk up for winter. On this particular day, with water temperatures dropping, pike will be active but looking for easy meals. You'll want to focus your efforts on those classic ambush points. Think drop-offs where shallower water quickly gives way to deeper troughs and the edges of weed beds that are starting to die back. These are the highways for baitfish and where pike will be patiently waiting. For tactics, I recommend medium to large lures like jerkbaits or spinnerbaits worked at a moderate, steady pace. Remember, they're conserving energy, so a slow, enticing retrieve can be deadly. Dead baiting, using a whole or half dead bait like mackerel or smelt, presented near the bottom, can also be incredibly effective. Make sure your trace is strong, friends. These fish hit hard. Next up, the striped warriors. Perch. These aggressive beauties are fantastic sport in autumn. With water temperatures nudging them deeper, you'll find them starting to shoal up in the deeper sections of lakes and slow-moving rivers. Look for them around any submerged structures, think old sunken trees, bridge pillars, or even the deeper marginal reed beds. Why there? Because that's exactly where their prey, the smaller baitfish, will be seeking refuge. Your best bet for tackle will be small to medium lures, such as spinners or soft plastics, especially those fished with a jigging retrieve. Don't be afraid to try some natural baits too. A worm presented on a float rig or a light ledger will often entice a bite from a big perch. Remember, slow and steady wins the race when the water cools. And for our general coarse fishing fans, let's talk about roach. While they might be a bit more finicky with the colder water, they're still catchable. On November 14th, these guys will be shoaling tightly and seeking deeper, more stable thermal layers. So ignore the shallows for now. You'll need fine tackle for roach. Think light float rigs or small feeder setups. With tiny hooks, presentation is key. Use natural baits like maggots, bloodworm, or small pieces of bread flake. A little bit of finely sieved ground bait, introduced sparingly, can help draw them in without overfeeding. Patience, my friends, will be your greatest asset here. Now for the nitty-gritty, let's break down the conditions that will shape our fishing day. The weather. For November 14th, 2025, we're looking at a generally cold but relatively stable day across the UK, though with regional variations. Expect mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies with a minimal chance of rain, just 10% during the day and 10% at night. Air temperatures will be quite chilly, hovering between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius during the day and dropping lower overnight. Humidity will be around 74%. The wind is likely to be light and generally from the southwest. This cold, stable pressure system can make some fish cautious, but these calm periods often offer brief windows of increased feeding activity, especially for predators. Water temperature. As we head deeper into November, water temperatures across UK inland freshwater bodies will be on the cooler side, likely hovering around 6 to 10 degrees Celsius. Coastal sea temperatures, particularly in southern areas, might still be a touch milder, around 12 to 14 degrees Celsius. This cooling trend is absolutely crucial, my friends. It pushes many fish species into deeper, more stable thermal layers, and it definitely triggers that pre-winter feeding response in predators as they try to bulk up before the coldest months. Coarse fish, however, will be less inclined to chase fast-moving baits and more focused on conserving energy. Moon phase. On November 14th, 2025, We are under a waning crescent moon. It will be around 26 to 28% illuminated and about 24 days old. The new moon is just a few days away, around November 20th. Now, many anglers, myself included, often link waning phases with potentially less aggressive feeding activity, especially as we approach the new moon. However, the overall stability of the weather we're expecting can often counteract some of these lunar influences, making the bite more consistent than a truly unsettled day might bring. Overall fish activity. Considering all these factors, my friends, early to mid-November sees a transition. Many summer species are now less active, while winter residents and active predators come to the fore. Sadly, it's the annual close season for Atlantic salmon and sea trout on most rivers across England, so fishing for them is prohibited to protect spawning fish. But for our target species, predatory species like pike and larger perch should be feeding well as they prepare for winter. Coarse fish like roach will be shoaling tightly and seeking deeper, warmer water, but still actively feeding. So, my friends, my overall assessment for fishing on November 14th, 2025 is a medium to good day rating, with some capricious periods for coarse fish. The cold, stable weather and cooling water are pushing fish deeper, which triggers a pre-winter feeding response for our predators. However, the waning moon and the general chill can make some species, particularly our coarse fish, a bit finicky. There you have it, my fellow anglers, your comprehensive forecast for November 14th, 2025. Get out there, adapt to the conditions, and may your lines be tight. No scales, no tails. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a forecast. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to tactics for pike or perch in cold weather? What's the biggest roach you've landed in November? I love hearing your stories and tips.